Welcome back to Tetris Tuesdays at 10. I apologize. We are in full business mode over here. We're scanning some photos for a client, some slides for a client, actually. So if you're here to meet all of your slide digitization needs, come to Tetris Tuesdays at 10, apparently. It'll be over in a second. I sound a little weird. I'm getting over something, so we might make this a short one, but I actually feel great. It's one of those bits where the worst is behind me, but I still sound like I did when the worst was in front of me. So, excuse a little bit of throat clearing maybe here and there, but we are going to do the CDI version of Tetris this week. So I mentioned this last week. This was a strange bit of technology for me when I was coming up with the idea for this series, and I guess as kind of a proof of concept, wanted to see if I could actually pull it off in some way. I thought, let's see if I can do the CDI version on, we're using RetroArch or RetroArch, depending on where you live, I believe. But I used it as a litmus test to see if I could get it up and running for whatever reason on the Xbox Series S that I have with RetroArch installed. So I could. Downside being, couldn't tell you how I did it. I think I had to download some additional files and figure out where they went. It's a bit of a thing. It probably would have been easier to do on the PC to some extent, but I don't have a PC per se. For those of you that have noticed, I've been emulating emulators while emulating on my Mac here. So we're going to stick with my Xbox Series S by way of the, oh geez, I forget the name of the CDI emulator on it too. We might get there. I think I might be able to pull it up once we get to it. But to give you a little bit of background on the CDI, which was a funky little thing that Dutch company Philips and of course Japanese company Sony got together to produce. There were far more versions of them than I realized, especially for something that apparently petered out so relatively quickly, I guess. Console lifespans weren't necessarily what they were today. Today they go on much longer, so I don't know if it was certainly a failure. You know, it didn't necessarily go anywhere, but I don't know if the however many years it spent on the market was short for a console or not necessarily at the time. But the idea behind the whole thing was that they would take a CD player and some sort of game console, interactive media player, and mash them together and then deliver them to the public at a cheaper price than they could get for buying a PC with, you know, an optical drive built in, which was fairly new technology at the time still. What if I mute that? In fact, by some accounts, this CDI version is the first Tetris on optical media. So honestly, you can super tell. You're going to be able to tell. If you saw my little tweet earlier about getting ready for a premium experience, that was not in any way hyperbole or sarcasm. This is some premium Tetris coming at you in more ways than one. The idea of delivering the CDI at a reduced price or something cheaper than PCs, I don't think quite worked out. It hit the market for $1,000, which I guess by 2023 would have been closer to $2,237. So doesn't feel like, I mean, I guess PCs, yeah, were probably a lot more expensive then, but I mean, if we're straight up comparing, I feel like I can get an Apple laptop for about $2,000, if not less, in some instances. So it didn't work out. Let's see, is most well known for not Tetris. In fact, this version of Tetris didn't do great because the CDI straight up didn't do great. But if you hear anybody talk about the CDI, it's usually for those weird Nintendo games. And I guess how that came about, this is just a fun little tidbit that I thought. Nintendo and Philips had an agreement to co-develop CD-ROM stuff, which is where that, if you've ever seen that weird Super Nintendo with a CD-ROM on it and I think a Sony logo, like that's where that came from. I don't think there's more than one. Certainly not more than one on the market. It popped up however long ago, but the SNES CD, I guess it was called. That never went to market, obviously, but Philips hung on to the Nintendo license, so they were able to produce these games for the CDI, which were very obviously and infamously not developed by Nintendo. So that's where those came about. That's what the CDI was all about. When it came to Tetris, there was apparently a group of people or a business called CinemaWare, and they got together a limited amount of them. It cites David Rorian and David Todd, so just Davids, really. They got together and called themselves Mass Media Inc., and I guess that was the actual group of people that got hired by Philips Media and then called Philips POV Entertainment Group. And they're the ones that developed Tetris for the CDI. So let's go right to it. I could talk a little bit more about the scoring and whatnot, but that's honestly not what's going to catch your eye. That's not what's hugely different about this version. So I cannot wait for you guys to see this. And I am using RetroArch on my Series S here, but I'm keeping, even though when I first played it I was like, oh, I need to change the controls. I'm keeping the original control scheme. It's akin to the BPS, the Famicom version of Tetris, so there may be some instances where we run into some issues, but for now, behold the CDI version of Tetris. Oh, that's right, I get the UI straight up, which I'm going to show some pictures of the actual CDI. There were more models than I thought, but a lot of them did come with kind of game pads, which is part of the reason I feel okay using this particular setup. Fantastic. Right? It's literally the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey. We are attaining a new level of evolution for mankind. Like, and I'm not, I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. Check this out still. The interface is a little clunky, by the way. I'm having to use the D-pad. It doesn't even have joystick support, which I don't believe the CDI had any sort of joysticks, so that would make sense. We're gonna stick with level 1, height 1. I don't believe there's an ending for this game, so I'm a little less concerned about, doing what I did on the Famicom or the Nintendo version where I can see some sort of an ending. So honestly, the joy is going to be in the journey. So let's just play. Because the obelisk theme will continue, the monolith. I believe what they're going for here is just this idea that Tetris, I mean the pieces look real nice too, obviously, exists, like that. I think that monolith is supposed to be kind of protruding, breaking forth, as it were, from the very stone beneath it. And apparently this soundtrack has received something of a cult following at this point, obviously, because it's amazing. And let's see here. Composed by Jim Andren. Thank you, Jim. I'm quite literally considering this for my actual music collection at this point. I mean, yeah, it's pretty new age, you know. I don't necessarily have a lot of music that would match this in my library already, but I don't care. I don't care because, like, these are the moments. I'll talk about the gameplay, like oh, there it is. Okay, there's your first one. I'll talk about the control scheme. Let's do that. You can only rotate one direction. Oh, all right. We got interstitials straight up. Again, do you see how the rocks are overlapping there on the bottom? Wow, this is the first time hearing this song. Get a new song for every level? This is nearing my favorite Tetris that we've done so far, honestly. But the control scheme is one button to rotate. Can only rotate one direction, which is obviously fine for me. That's about my skill level. But there is no soft drop, meaning I can't just hit the down button and speed up the process. There is only hard drop, and it's not mapped to the down button. It's on the other face button, so I'm having to, I don't know what the actual controls would have been on the CDI, but X to rotate and A to drop the piece. That was kind of a nice recovery right there. Which is not ideal. Oh, level up already. I did not get enough of that last song. If I have one complaint about this game, it's that I'm going too quickly and not hearing all of the music. Again, this is just a Tetris monolith in the... Oh my gosh, I think we're in Yosemite right now. It's Half Dome in the background, right? And the grass is blowing in the wind? This is kind of nuts. Like, they should do... Okay, yeah. I was gonna say they should do like a new version of this, you know, like modern day graphics, same exact idea. That might just be the, you know, it's just not the same. This is what it was meant to be. Dang it. Did not get enough of that one either. Sorry, Jim. I will download your soundtrack. I wonder if that's straight up, I mean, it's obviously going to be on YouTube. You know, everything's on YouTube. But I wonder if I can get a CD of this, or if they even sold CDs of it. I need to get lower. This is a bad idea so far. It's going to go downhill fast here. No, it's not. I'm just going to take the hits. Would love a line though, not going to lie. I mean, just the strings alone. Okay, well, not a great time to level up, honestly. The scoring is based on where you do hard drop from, so that much has not changed, or is back. I feel like that hasn't been a thing for a little bit, but I'm probably wrong about that. Nice recovery here. And I think we're going to shy away from the Tetrises and just keep it low. Oh boy, we're already going. What in the world? That was not 10 lines. What is happening? Okay, we're at 50. Oh, maybe it is. So this would be level 5. Did you see the restraint? Funky. Yeah, I'm finding this CD somewhere. I never had an optical media system. I was a Nintendo kid, so I missed the entire PS1 era. I remember going over to a friend's house. Hello, Brandon. And he would have, I'm pretty sure he had Wipeout for his PS1, and that straight up had a, I've inadvertently gone for a Tetris yet again. Straight up had a thing where I believe you could go into the options and just play the music like a CD. I don't know if the CDI, I mean that would be on a game-by-game basis obviously, but I don't know if Tetris, no, I guess it didn't, because I have the version of, actually I haven't gone to the options screen though. Let's try the options screen after this. And no, I'm not out of surprises when it comes to this game though, so stay tuned. Bit of an awkward tower in the middle there, but we'll make, oh man, I'm gonna do another Tetris, aren't I? Ew. It's not gonna be this is not good. No, I'm not gonna do another Tetris. Ooh, 2 lines in a row. Hey, but no 3 of any piece in a row, though. This could not possibly also be the introduction of the 7-bag system. Uh-oh. Are we skipping? We're skipping. Interesting. I would imagine that was certainly not on purpose, but I wonder if this is a common glitch for this game, or if it's a feature or a glitch, an emulation glitch. Okay, now we're just inviting the 2001. I mean, we were inviting the 2001 Space Odyssey comparison before, but now we're straight up in the desert, like the monkeys. And the skip is gone. It's okay, feeling good. And happy. Should have put that over there. Like this. No wall kicks right there. Oh, what? Ah, I hit the wrong button. That's gonna come back to bite me. Nope, didn't have time. Oh boy. Hard dropping is over. Oh no, oh, another one. Oh, 3, there it is. Wow. So definitely not a 7-bagger. Nope, and 0 lock delay. It's just the set. Okay. I think I could put in my full. Oh wow, this is. This might take a while. Hold on, I'm almost to the R. There it is. Look at that. Let's go all the way to the Y. Oh, too far. There it is. Nice, okay. Oh, and there's no, it doesn't wrap. So I have to go all the way back. Okay, we'll keep it at, was there any numbers? I didn't see any numbers. So I can't put well, I guess I can spell one. Let's just end it. I made it to level 7. Okay. What are we doing here? 22 minutes. Come on. Let's one more shot. I can be level 7. Well, you know what? I could also start on level 7. That would be cheating, because unless I gave myself some garbage, maybe. What if I just go faster? When has that ever not worked? Also, you get to listen to the music again. And yeah, I kept the balance a little bit higher for just this very reason. No, like sound effects might be kind of a downer, but who wouldn't have considered that upon hearing the music? If I were a developer and Jim Andren came over with this soundtrack, I would say, oh great, we don't even have to do sound effects. That's what I would have done also. Keeping it low. We can beat level 7. We can beat that line. Be interesting to see if that level skips again also. I didn't read anything about that being a common or like the game being broken in that way. That level just always skips. So 3 squares in a row, definitely not the 7 bag system. This does remind me of like other songs and other music, but it's like just different enough I can't pull like an exact song. That's definitely half tone. No, I knew it when I pressed it. Stop with the O pieces. Sheesh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a skip right there too. I don't remember if it skipped here the first time around. There's another skip. Interesting. Surely the CDI is not to blame. Beyond reproach. This is no doubt. Honestly, CDI emulation isn't, like, it's still kind of, I don't know if it's early on. They could have been working on it for a while, but it didn't seem quite as advanced or stable. Is the word I'm looking for, as a lot out there. You know, like Super Nintendo, Nintendo emulation, like all that stuff is rock solid. They've both had their time and used it well. You know, I remember Nintendo emulation being pretty rock solid just in college. When I was in college, so. The dunes, not the most interesting of backgrounds here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. I've got it. Take my breath away. No, this one doesn't really go there. Oh my gosh. Pieces are dumb. I need to clean this up. Wow. Why would you give me another one of those? Oh man. What was this last time? There's a clave in there? What is that? No, it's not a clave. It's a... I don't know what that's called. An instrument. No, not really, actually. I kind of made that harder for myself. Now we're talking. There are a few games for the CDI. Well, that was quick. That do still get mentioned, you know, like Dragon's Quest and all that. I mean, those Nintendo games obviously do get mentioned as well, but not for the reason that, hey, the CDI wasn't that bad, or was ahead of its time in some ways, or was not a bad console, just, you know, had a bad go of it for whatever reason. This is skipping again, isn't it? Yep, skipping again. Interesting. All right, well, possible to know if that was something endemic to the Tetris CD. I would imagine not. I'm going to say that's either an issue with the ROM I have here or the emulator, which I did not look at like I said I would. What was the name of it? I think it had CDI in the title of some sort. I'll try to get through this one as quickly as possible. Honestly, I'm a little amazed. I just made a Tetris. Yeah, there you go. That I'm doing as well as I am with this control scheme, actually. I did far worse on the Famicom version. Just the fact that it's on a controller might help. I think I'm definitely blown past whatever score I had. Been consistently hard dropping. Although that's about to end for sure. Oh, I got it. That's what I was trying to we did. That was not. That was the opposite. Not really good. Screw it all up right here, am I? Let's not. Boo. That's a little better. That's much better. Level 8. I don't think this is as simple as level 10 is it. But a girl can dream. Oh yeah, we didn't get here before. Like, look at that water, honestly. I'm legitimately impressed at the graphics. I mean, part of, obviously, the cool thing of doing this series is that, you know, in context, yeah, like that water is objectively amazing. But I'm talking about even nowadays, like, just looking at those graphics from a computer game. That's some good looking water, man. Some good looking water, he said, in all seriousness. And I do like, I've liked it in every Tetris so far, where the reward is kind of seeing a new bit of art. In fact, next week we might do, not to get too ahead of ourselves here, we might do Tetris Classic, which was another Spectrum Holobyte kind of, it wasn't really a shot at a sequel. It seemed like more like a shot at a compilation or re-release, or I don't know about remaster, but type thing. Ooh, go over there. But what was I talking about? Level 9. Look at that. Oh, this is bad. Yep. Oh no, I got 2 lines in a row and I wasted both of them. Go! Oh no! I feel like I could have done better on that one. Let's go with the classic AAA on this one. Still, oh, I only got 1,000 points more? Okay. A little stingy with the scoring system here, maybe, but whatever. All right, here's the, oh, I put an extra A in there for you. Oh, and another one. I guess I have to go to the end. That's right, okay, I got it. Last little surprise for you. Check this out. Let's go to the quit button, something I'm sure not everybody used anyways. Credits. So Les, killing the art. Jim Andren with the music, as we knew. Oh, director for there was a DP on this game. Fantastic. Honestly, not even joking. One of my favorite Tetrises so far. Easy. Image capture David Todd. Taking the pictures? Is that one of the Davids we mentioned? I think it was. That's an official Tetris. Oh, there's the logo for Philips POV too. Oh, let's just skip right there. What a Tetris. Am I right? Come on, guys. Fantastic. Come back next week where I'm sure it only gets better. We are going to do Tetris Classic, like I said. Strangely enough, the Tetris Wiki, which if I haven't shouted out this week, shout out to the Tetris Wiki, is largely concerned with the story told by the screenshots in Tetris Classic. So it's one of the reasons why I need to do this particular version. So 90% we're doing Tetris Classic next week. So thanks for hanging out as always. What else we got in store for the channel this week? Tomorrow's going to see another episode of Chasers with Evelyn and I, opening up a pack of Marvel Universe 1994. Come back for that. Evelyn and I have a ton of fun doing those, and I think it's pretty good. We got some good on-screen chemistry, you know, razzing each other and whatnot. And then on Friday, oh my gosh, Friday, you guys. Friday, Cinematic comes out every Friday at 8. This week we're doing Aces Go Places. It's our first Ringo Lam movie because I felt like him and John Woo were not represented well enough on that Letterboxd list of mine. I have watched Aces Go Places already. Good gosh. What a movie. Please come back Friday at 8 for Aces Go Places. Also, you might notice something a little bit different about that series in particular. So always evolving, always upgrading here on Ryan Runs. And if you want to be a part of it, you can find me at patreon.com/Ryan_runs_. I'm not fancy enough to qualify for the YouTube memberships quite yet. That would be nice, but I've got to get up to, I think, 1,000 subscribers minimum. So if you could make that happen, that would be great also. The liking and the subscribing, they say, is a good thing. So once you do, you will be featured among such honored and beautiful people as will come up here in just 1 second. So thank you, all of you guys. Thank you for anybody that watches. We'll see you next week.